Hi guys, morning. Another wonderful day out here, driving and whatnot. Currently on my way to Pennsylvania. Yeah, so I'm ready to go home. I've been out for a little minute, so I'm kind of tired. I'm ready to go home. Not like I'm tired, I can't drive. Just kind of just like you're burnt out type deal. Like you're awake, you're learning to do your job. You're just burnt out, you're just ready to go home. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. At least emotionally and mentally speaking. I'm physically I'm physically inside of Missouri right now. Coming up on mile marker, just passing mile marker 44.8, going by exit 45. Um, so yeah. So y'all know I don't really do too many rant videos, but this is gonna be one of those kind of videos. And this one's going to be to TDL, people who are students, and also to trainers. Um, so this is going to be a kind of something to both. If it doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. But I mean, if it does apply to you, then sit down, be quiet, and listen. But what's being told. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'll start with myself. I believe that I guess how do I want to start? I'll just go start like this and just work my way into it. Um, Anytime anybody's ever done a job in life, any job, there is a training period. With that being said, I don't care if you're a fry cook at McDonald's. I don't care if you're going to be, an astronaut. I don't care what your plans and goals are in life. There is a training period. So with that being said, you're going to be a trainee at some point, and you're going to have to interact with a trainer. I think that both parties hold levels of expectations of each other. A trainer holds a trainee to a level of expectation that they come to work ready, willing, and eager to do their job. And a trainee should expect from their trainer that they meet their level of eagerness with their willingness to learn or teach, with their willingness to teach. So I think that's a problem when there's a lack or deficiency in one or the other. I've been hearing that uh, me personally, when I train, I don't train over at ATS. One, I don't even think they have trainers. I don't know. And two, I just don't feel like training anymore. I just try to pass that phase. Nothing against that. I just don't feel like it anymore. At least not in this capacity. That being said, when I train people, I took training very seriously. Um, I looked at it as, you're imparting wisdom and creating a foundation for I don't want to say next generation of drivers, but a new driver. You're setting the foundation for how they will carry themselves as a professional driver for the rest of their career, in the way they interact, in the way they drive, in the way they do the job, and as a whole. I took it seriously, and that's what I believe. So after I went through Trainer Foundation with Rail, I got my old trainer hat, trainer certificate, I took it very seriously. So I mean, any student that any former student or whatever that happens to watch this video, y'all drop in the comment section, no about. So I took it seriously. Um, I did not view a student as a cash cow or my golden ticket to making a lot of extra money or anything like that. The same reason I came into truck driving and got my CDL is so I could make more money and better provide for my family. With that being said, anybody who decides to come into truck driving or basically make a career change in general in their life is because they want to make more money to provide for whatever it is they have going on back home. And they expect to be taught in a way, they expect to be taught how to do the job correctly. It's a problem in my eyes when I hear trainers joke and laugh saying, I'm a trainer now, I'm about to start making all this extra money off of the student. Your student is not your cash cow. Your student is not your golden ticket. Your student is not any of that to make more money. Yes, it is a byproduct of training, but that should not be your focus as a trainer, to make more money off of it. The same way you came into the industry wanting to make more money, provide for your family, is the same reason that they came in. In the same way you were when you went through training, wanting to learn how to make more, learn how to do the job correctly, so you can make more money and safely be able to operate a commercial vehicle. It's the same reason everybody else comes to the profession. So that being said, teach your fucking students. It hurts me and it pains me that I have pushed rail so much like I have. And rail isn't a company, just like any other company has their ups and downs. But I have so many people who email me saying, thank you for helping me make my decision in regarding to which trucking company to go to. And then they make it to the CDL program, they're eager and excited to learn. And they finally find out who their trainer is and get on the road and blah, blah, blah. And just for the record, whenever rail drivers hear this, just know, y'all have a student that watches this YouTube channel, I guarantee you, they're talking to me about the way that you train them. So, you might not know it, 9 times out of 10 they ain't going to tell you, but I say probably about 75-80% of the ones that go to the program, they're talking to me about, the caliber of trainer that you are, that he or she may be. So, and they tell me the names, so it's not like I don't know. I know names. So, when I'm hearing about people and whatnot using their students as a cash cow, it sickens me. Your job is to train. I see it, and I'm on the driver's page still. It annoys the fuck out of me when I hear trainers and other people get on there saying they're upset because of the way a new person, handles the situation, or a new person gets on there and asks questions. But yet, I also know who their trainers are. And when I'm hearing that you have a student that's out there who's finished and is on their own, asking certain questions that should have been handled and thoroughly, that should have been taken a firm grasp in them during training, they're asking those questions on their own, that's a problem. When I hear about students messaging me via Facebook or, email saying, hey, I'm not getting the training that I need, my trainer's only letting me back 1 time a day, if they even let me do that, I'm spending more time driving forward, I'm not getting any backing practice, and then I hear about lease ops who are bragging about how much they made off of their student. That's fucking unacceptable. Your job is to teach your student how to drive, not only forward, but also backing. Because I got the same emails y'all got. Rail has to put out a lot of money every single year, just in totality. They put it out, every single day or every so often. But in a whole, a large amount of what comes out of Rail's pocketbook comes from new students making mistakes, having backing mistakes, things that can be avoided, close quarter issues. And it's usually been the first, I want to say, month and a half or so solo. And then after that, it drops down, and then it picks back up around the 6 or 7 month mark, and then it drops back down, and then after that, you make it past your first year, it's pretty low. But they're having issues with things that should have been addressed during the time with their trainer. I'm hearing stories about how trainers are not getting out of their truck because it's a little too warm, or it's a little too cold, or draining a tad bit too much. You don't want to get outside, you don't want to get sweaty, you don't want to put on a little extra jacket, you don't want to get wet, You don't want to do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. So you sit in the truck and you either do it yourself or you tell your student good luck and you try to instruct them from inside the truck. Your job is to train. Get your ass out the truck. I don't care if it's too hot, too cold, if it's raining, or if it's snowing. You signed up to train, then be a trainer. Get out your truck and teach them how to drive. If they have a question, I don't want to hear about you getting pissed off and you want to shrug your shoulders and say, well, you're this far along in training, figure it out. I still got the papers that Rail gives you. Now, I mean, it's good to follow, but I don't give a fuck about it. Any student that I've had, they'll tell you, I teach at their pace, at their level. If a student is progressing very well and they're doing very well, then yeah, if we can move ahead of what the paperwork says, then that's what we're going to do. But if a student is taking a little bit longer and that 21 days isn't enough for them, no. I'm not going to say, well, you're at day 19 and you need to be doing it like this. I teach at the level of that student. Now, of course, there are some students where you just see, look, this is not getting it. They might have gotten their license, but I just don't think driving is a thing for them. Of course, you have some students you just got to drive. You have some students that will say you just can't teach them out there on the road, and you got to put them with a local trainer or a local driver at the company, and they'll get more practice of doing whatever. Sometimes you got to do that. I understand that. But when I hear about trainers giving students sarcastic ass answers because they ask a legitimate question, no, that's your job. The only stupid question is the question that's not asked. Your job is to be a trainer, and I don't care if they ask the same question 10 times in a 5-day span. You need to answer that question 11 times in that 5-day span. 10 once for every time they ask, and one additional time just to make sure they got it. You don't need to be getting there getting upset and belittling them because they're not where you're at. You've been driving for a while. It's your job to be where you're at. That's why they trust you to train. They trust you to train to teach them how to do the job properly. So no, I have a problem with hearing about how trainers are using the students for strictly getting miles and making more money off of them, but they're not getting trained properly. But then after they're not getting trained properly, they come out, they have incidents, and you want to bash them and say you don't understand why there's so many incidents. Now, I'm not saying there are some people that will just do well in training, or they'll do enough to where make the trainer think they're ready to get out on their own. They get out on their own and get a little bit complacent, and they have an incident. Like I said, if this video is making you feel some kind of way, and if it's hitting close to home for you, and if it's the shoe that fits you perfectly, then lace that motherfucker up and wear it. Do your job as a trainer. Now, as a student, on to y'all. Some of y'all slide in my DMs saying y'all got questions, comments, concerns, and rights. And y'all tell me what y'all got going on. Do you like, well, my trainer didn't do this for me, my trainer didn't do that? The world does not revolve around you. You still got a job you've got to do. Just because you're my student does not mean if I have this 1,000-mile run, they're going to give me an extra day to do it. No, if I get this 1,000-mile run on a Monday and it delivers Wednesday morning, I don't care what you got going on. We're delivering Wednesday morning. We'll carve out some time for you to do some practice in it, practice backing, whatever you need additional help with. We'll carve out some time for you to do that. With that being said, when we're on our 10-hour break, just like me, that's the time you get your laundry done. That's the time you make your additional phone calls. That's the time you do all your extra stuff that needs to be handled while the truck is not in motion. That is when you do it. Don't think just because you're a student, we have to make all this additional extra time on the side for you to go and do your laundry, to go and make your phone calls, to write your notes, to do your stuff. No. Your 10-hour break is the same as mine. That's when we get it done. During that break. I will not set aside extra time for you if it's not met, if we can't do it in the schedule that we have in the time allotted for that particular load. If we can't set aside extra time, then you're going to have to suck it up and deal with it, just like I am. You think you're the only one that's burning through clothes, wearing them all the time, or sometimes you got to spray something down for breeze, so you hit a washing machine? You ain't the only one. We in this truck together. So sometimes you just gotta suck it up and handle it. That's what I gotta do. Sometimes you're in training. It's not always going to be the most comfortable environment. Another thing, I understand y'all like my videos. I understand y'all watch what y'all want to watch on the internet. You learned it a certain way in CDL school. You were taught a certain way in CDL school to give you a foundation in the basics. Stop getting upset when you're in a certain area and you try to do a textbook setup. A big portion of how to do this job properly is going to think outside of the box. If you can't think outside of the box, you're going to have a bad time. You're taught in CDL school in a controlled setting. It's the same setup every single time. You're taught to do the straight line back, you're taught to do the offset, and you're taught to do the 90. You're in a controlled environment every single time you do those maneuvers. So you repeat doing the same exact thing. It is to, one, help you pass your CDL test, but two, to help you understand the foundation of that maneuver. So when you get out here in the real world, you might not be able to have a textbook setup, but as long as you understand the foundation of what the maneuver requires you to do, you'll be able to apply that to that situation and help you think your way through it. It will require some next level thinking, but you'll be able to think your way through the situation. When I had students, I did not expect to see perfection at the end of those weeks that we were together. I don't ever expect to see perfection on anybody. There's no such thing as perfect. You can improve. You're constantly learning. You're constantly growing to the point where you're making minimal mistakes. But there is no such thing as perfect. Nobody and nothing in the world is perfect. And that includes any truck driver out here who has watched this video, will watch this video, and future drivers. Nobody is perfect. So get them out. I never look for perfection out of a student. What I look for is for them to understand the situation that they're in for that particular scenario. Understand the scenario, think about it, assess it, figure out what they've got to do to get from the truck and trailer from point A to point B without damaging anything. And it's once they start trying to do that maneuver, if they get into it and they say, okay, I'm in a bad spot, they need to be able to get out and assess, get an understanding of where the truck is, where the truck needs to be, and what they need to do to fix it. Once I can have a student that can successfully do that with minimal to no help from me, that is when I feel comfortable with them being on their own. Because that's what it's going to take to be successful out here on the road by yourself. You're not always going to have somebody there to babysit you. You're not always going to have another driver there to help you out. So you need to be able to assess the situation that you're in, understand what you need to do, what you want to do to get the truck and trailer from point A to point B safely. If you attempt to get it from point A to point B and it's not working out, understand ahead of time, this is where I'm having an issue. Get out, assess, and redo the setup if you need to, or fix it. If you fix it in order to get you where you need to be in order to do said maneuver safely. That is what I want out of a student. And once you can do that, that's when you will get off of that's when you would have gotten off of my truck. Some people learn that concept very fast, in a matter of days, sometimes 2.5 weeks. Some students took longer than the 21 days. It is what it is. Not everybody learns at the same rate. So that's what I got to say about the trainers, for the trainers and the trainees. Trainers, do your job. Stop pimping students for miles to get extra money. That's not what you're doing. The extra money is a byproduct of what you've got of being a trainer. It's a nice extra incentive, but that's not your sole reason for being a trainer. Your job is to train. It's to train them correctly and to ensure that they have the tools necessary so when they're on their own, they'll be able to, just like you, have a successful career and drive for many, many years without having too many issues that just could have been handled from having somebody that effectively taught from day one. So don't pimp your students. Teach them to be a driver. Teach them the way it should they should be taught. Students, stop thinking the world revolves around you. Get out of your comfort zone. Do what you've got to do. I normally hate to call out cops. Homeboy should have waited way longer than what he did. So pull in front of me. You pull in front of me, it's maybe 100 feet. It takes 650 feet for the truck to stop. You pull in front of me, it's 100 feet. At least have waited till it's half that 600 feet. It's unrealistic to ask somebody to pull in front of you with 650 feet. Y'all see this guy? Maybe 20 feet. Maybe 20 feet. Nobody out here drives the way they should. Ridiculous. But anyway, back to the topic right here. I don't like calling out cops because I was one. I don't like bashing. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. I'm not a cop basher. Jesus Christ, your job is come out here and, uphold the law. Another one of the laws is improper lane change, which is not limited to, cutting somebody off, which is what he did. So congratulations to that guy. He got caught on camera doing fucking wrong things. Hopefully. I'm not going to give y'all no idea. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Students, quit whining, quit complaining, drive the truck, be open to understanding that there's more than one way to do it than what's taught in CDL school. Trainers, stop being smartasses, teach your students, stop pimping them for miles, or, to get whatever you feel like you want to get out of them. Your job is to teach properly and ensure that they have the tools to be successful drivers. Alright, guys? Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for viewing. Guys, have a great day, and I will see y'all around.